everything was even, everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, it was just like, okay, they lost that Voids. Okay, they lost that Dragon. Okay, now they're just losing, right? So we'll see what happens when these support neutrals will pop up, as we are now in game. We're in.
Yeah, I think the like you just said there, yeah, we had in that last game there was a couple big fights where it kind of went from, what's what I'm looking for here? It went from like, oh, we're kind of neutral right now to, oh, whoa, we're quite badly losing. We are suddenly 3k gold down, and it's very, very difficult for us to play. And so we'll see whether or not they can play these team fights a little bit better this time around. Quick mention to production to change the order of Fromage Fondu, because their support and jungle and mid and AD are all in the wrong order. But
something
other than
that might
that,
not be in the wrong order is this little cheese in bot lane. Unfortunately, it's just going to be Twitch doing this small poke, as Mel doesn't seem to want the smoke. Twitch is tanking a lot of damage here, possibly going to have to burn Flash level 1. Ignite is coming out. Oh, is this going to turn into First Blood? Zaya has swapped targets. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there. If Vrel would have communicated her intentions to Zaya, then perhaps they could have gotten First Blood. But once again, you're going to have Prior over that lane there, so it's going to be a good day for you.
For sure. I think it really clean there to get the flash from Heisenberg. It started off as them trying to be proactive, but obviously, as we saw, it ended up costing them a flash. It cost them a heal from Lucas as well. All for just the sums of Bomber. So he has no flash, he has no ignite now, but he does still have Hex Splash, and if he has control of the bushes, it doesn't matter that he hasn't got flash. He can play so far forward, just up in the enemy face. Just reminds me of oh, never mind, let's not.
Galio
little trade there kind of ended up equal for both sides. But
yeah, unfortunately, a tower shot can just ruin your lane. So Galio, unfortunately, a little bit too deep there. We've solo laners, we've all been there, right? We're doing well, get that one tower damage, and suddenly that fantastic trade you just done, neutralized. Speaking of neutralizing, ain't nothing gonna neutralize a fully charged Q into an Undying Grass stack from Sion there. Once again, you sort of predicted it, right? We're going to get a full tank Sion, sort of normal and standard there. Across the board, we are seeing Twitch is back. He is down 8 CS. Unfortunately, the sort of early proactive approach has sort of bit him in the foot, as yeah, he's now currently just losing the lane, and Rel just going in super aggressive, level 3 to level 2 there. Zaya doesn't seem to want the smoke, possibly lost control of the mouse for a second as they did a little loop-de-loop on the left there. Meanwhile, got a trade coming back up there, just swapping on Dying Grass, nothing spectacular.
Yeah. We're going to say one thing that we didn't actually harp on here, but is very interesting, is both junglers actually path bot to top this game. So we've got Gwen is actually moving towards a gank right now. I believe they are in the lane with Sion, but we're not going to see it because bot lane has got some crazy action going on, and Bomber nearly died there. He gets away on like 10 HP, and now it is a 2v2 in the top lane, and it looks like Waterboy's going to go down. Echo is going to get that first blood. I think that was that the first kill for Lil Boom in this series? I'm not 100% sure. I didn't see whether or not he got one on the Poppy, but either way, big for the Echo here for sure. Gonna be able to get that, gonna be able to secure the crab as well, because neither jungler went for the crab. They went straight in for the top gank. I believe Waterboy cleared faster. He was there first, but then Sion was able to bait out long enough that the Echo was able to full clear and still get there on time. And yeah, honestly, really good for the side of Fromage Fondu.
So as the lanes are slowly starting to play out here, we're seeing that once again, sort of Gromp's support group there, they're a bit low on their HP. Mel pushing out the rail here, giving this sort of breathing space for Twitch to catch up. We're seeing things, once again, only a 1 kill difference at the moment, nothing too massively different. Junglers are doing their full clears, pretty standard across the board. Wondering if, meanwhile, sorry, Rel going for this all in on Twitch. Once again, Twitch is playing a bit over zesty here, and once again, this looks like this is just going to convert into another kill. Echo is here trying to stay. Where is the Echo W though? I gotta ask. The Echo W is nowhere to be seen. Could have possibly had turned that into a second kill. I felt like I saw a TP there. Did they just cancel each other's TPs?
Yeah, so Sion attempted to TP, I think. I believe it was a red TP. So it would have been from Fromage Fondu, but it did not go through. Yeah, you can look at the cooldowns as well. It looks like both of their cooldowns are low.
Could have been Galio, actually. Maybe it could have been Galio, and Galio got... Because Swain could have cancelled it, right? Realistically.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, the Galio's TP is also down. So I think you're right. I think it was the guy. Because how does... okay, we're sitting here talking about the trials and tribulations of who could or couldn't stop the TP. Meanwhile, we see Salson get solo killed by the Sion. So, you know, we're getting a little lost in the sauce there. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it was the Galio that TP'd and lost the cooldown there for it. But yeah, this is a much different start here for Fromage Fondu. They have 3 kills on the board. They got Feats of Warfare here. They are up nearly 2k right now, which I think most of that gold is coming from mid lane right now. Zapex is having way more agency on the Galio, which is kind of interesting considering, like you said, it has a hard time into the Swain. And one thing we didn't actually mention, Fentonjoyer has elected to take Ignite in this matchup here. So he has got the Conqueror runes and Ignite here. So you would assume that would mean he thought he was going to be winning this lane. And yeah, the reality is that he is down nearly 20 CS and finding a hard time trying to actually do anything to this Galio.
This is the thing, right? You can make a plan, but then God will laugh at it. So we're going to have a sort of different mixture in the mid lane there. But once again, you are absolutely right that Fondu is sort of bringing the heat once again. Echo and Swain completely stepping up for the team. Echo and Sion, sorry, wrong S champion. Sion did get a solo kill. Fantastic job by him. It does look like Sion is rushing Heartsteel with the double Giant's Belt build, as Malphite appears to be going for an AP item. I'm assuming that's Lost Chapter into Malignance, possibly, question mark? We're going to see more as that develops. But on the side of bot lane, we had a very boring bot lane last game. Now, we've got this sort of heavy engaging, rel fighting, doesn't want to take no for an answer, and Xayah's already got 1 kill. So it's just like, top side is strong for Fondu, bot side is strong for Gromp support group, and Gwen wants to smoke. She's already hit Ghost. Double knock-up is beautiful. Gwen missing the first RQ, missing R1.
Galio though.
Galio ultimate, big taunt coming in on one person. Xayah ultimate comes out, feathers are still out. Where she gets the root on Galio, Swain is coming down. Is he gonna pop anything? He got the E. Echo does have ultimate. This could possibly be an Echo death, but the Echo Q slows Swain down to a scroll.
Bruh, every time the support of Chrome support group does something, you just check the Twitch chat and it's just everyone go Bomba. Speaking of Bomba there, holy, Salson had to use his unstoppable force to get himself to safety. Meanwhile, Athenum has kind of got his number in this lane right now. One thing I do want to note, because we spoke about how we know Sion was going to go tanky, and I think we assumed that the Malphite was going to do the same, but look at the items. He looks like he's building a Lost Chapter, and he just grabbed a blasting one. So yeah, he's definitely going for the AP here. He's looking to one-shot that Twitch if he gets a chance to. And you know what? It's I actually like that because we mentioned in draft that Twitch is going to be a large part of the enemy team's damage. They've drafted themselves again a very beefy comp where Boom is ahead, and so Boom can hurt people right now, but he can only in the late game really kill the Xayah and maybe the Gwen. If Gwen plays poorly, Gwen has to drop her shroud.
This is the difficult thing, right? Because you're playing AP Malphite, and the thing is, just in general, mages struggle against tanks because you need multiple rotations of spells, right? So yeah. Malphite has opted to sort of sacrifice the laning phase to go as an assassin for the mid to late game, right? But then at this point, you can't be 10 CS down and dying. Speaking of dying, Rel says, I want to kill you. Meanwhile, ganking top lane, Echo and Sion going for the Malphite, which once again, AP Malphite, very squishy, no ultimate, no flash, no bitches, and he's on the way out.
You have to call him out like that, bro. That's crazy. Everything else is fine, and then the no bitches is like, that's
that wasn't intentional. Sorry, Malphite.
High key unprofessional, bro. Oh, holy. Like, oh, two, you know, he's at least got his lost chapter. Like, you know, he's trying. Like,
he's also got at least 2 deaths as well. I doubt this guy.
yeah, he's having a hard time in this game for sure. But you know, fortunately for the side of Fromage Fondu, even though Bomba did burn the engage there, I believe he did go in for the flash. All they got was Lucos's flash. So while a kill was converted in top side, they weren't able to get anything bot side. So it's actually still for Fromage Fondu favored here, and there is another, looks like the start of a 2v2 here. Doesn't actually kind of manifest into anything. Looks like Waterboy is just going to go straight back, probably finish off his Nash's Tooth if he has the gold for it. He doesn't. He's only got the components. That's so unfortunate. We're going to have the Drake come up in the next minute or so, I think, right? I think it's about 2 minutes off, roughly. And
the rally gauge. Oh my god, I love this Bomber support guy. He plays these champions to their identity. God bless. Getting so much value out of this pick. Meanwhile, Sion just completely up in Malphite's face. Malphite is tanking a minion wave while he's doing this trade. Malphite cancelling the Sion Q with an R. Ganking the bottom.
1v3.
Fire rundown. Zaya is running into the enemy tower, does not get a return kill. Unfortunately. Oh, wait. Oh, almost. You saw the vision. You saw the vision. Fondu is turning it around. Meanwhile, Echo defended mid. I feel like Fondu heard me and was like, you know what? No, we're not going to let this caster speak crap about us. We're bringing the heat in game 2. As once again, Fondu have got an astounding lead, 2-7. Like, is it just a case of red side wins? Like, is that what goes on in this series? Like, what's up?
I mean, again, in our previous stream where we had the Ace of Diamonds and Couch Potatoes, red side did have an 80% win rate. So maybe it is that. Maybe mini LCS is just land of counter picks, bro. You know, if you get red side, you win. I was a 0% win rate in the Weenie Hut Junior bracket finals though, so can't really. It's clearly not working for everybody. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this game where we currently have a 4.5k gold lead here for Fromage Fondu. Stark difference from game 1 here. I think that Lil Boom has been able to really get activated on the Echo. He, like, at this point in the previous game on the Poppy, he had achieved nothing. And now he is up in CS on Waterboy. He's been a part of what's 3 out of 7, like about 30 to 40% of his team's kills. So he's you know, he's being really active, and he's, you know, he was able to abuse that first item power spike in the play 2v1 against the Malphite as well. So yeah, looking really clean here as first items are coming out for almost everybody. And it looks like Fent Enjoyer, he was listening on the broadcast, because it looks like he's going for that Rylai's. It looks like he started the tier first so that he could start stacking, and then everything else in his build path looks like a Rylai's to me. So yeah, definitely looking for those extended late game fights as we have a little bit of a tussle in the bot lane. It's a 4v3.
That was a really unfortunate bad Galio ultimate. Meanwhile, re-engage from Gwen and Galio. It's going to be a lot of CC'd up here. Lots of damage going down onto Gwen. What the hell just happened? Speaking of which, Malphite is saying the same, as he's just face-checked into a Malphite, taking so much damage, absolutely halved, as first tower has gone over to Fondu. Okay, I am so confused. Twitch flashed out and then Galio ultied, and it's just like, once again, a little bit of a miscommunication there. Malphite committing the ultimate to clear the wave. Sion is still winning the trades under his tower. Jesus Christ. As the first dragon goes to Fondu. Not first, sorry, second, or 1 dragon apiece.
Really well played here by Fromage Fondu, by the way. They've now got nearly, we're talking about 5k exactly in the lead right now. You know, they've got every objective barring 1. So they lost obviously the first Drake, the Mountain Drake, but they've gotten this. They've got the Cloud Drake. They got all 3 of the grubs. I think the top lane has been the top half of the map has been the real kind of selling point here. Athenum on this Sion is looking real clean, and it looks like they might be punishing Fent Enjoyer here. He hasn't had a chance to base and actually finish his Rylai's. Has to burn his ultimate to make sure. He kind of uses it as a scare tactic there. And fortunately for him, Bomba was on the rail, kind of a little close by to kind of scare him away. And good job for them there. But yeah, first items are coming out on literally everyone here, so we can see.
So is the first assassination.
Oh no, Heisenberg, not like this.
Zaya was like, let me show you how to assassinate someone.
Yeah. Pizzazz on the Zaya.
Meanwhile, Echoes wants to say, hey, let me give it a shot. And going in, dodges the cube. Unfortunately, doesn't have art, and he's just going to go down here. Whew. Oh, we got Rel for the gank. Fancying herself in a 1v2, which I don't think is going to go well. Malphite is here with the flank. Malphite does have ultimate. Who's he going to hit? Does he get the Jumpman ultimate? Yes, he does. Beautiful. Are they going to lock in this Mel? Is this Mel going to get out through the plant? Oh, the Malphite Q comes out just in time. Lovely.
So that is really big here for Gromp support group, being able to catch themselves a little bit extra gold, being able to kind of drop the lead a little bit, right? If Salson had stayed top, I mean, I'm sure they may lose their tier 2 for this, which is not great, but Waterboy is going to try and prevent it. But he is only 0 and, you know, he's 0-2 right now. They're going to commit Bomber as well and the ultimate by this. Yeah, I think that's purely just to clear waves. And it does actually work. It achieved its objective and it kept the Scion away while Malphite was not there to catch waves. But they've actually kept Salson here. His ultimate's only halfway on cooldown, but he is strong enough that I think he could maybe kill Heisenberg here. And the Twitch is having a really rough game of it right now. He is going to get away, but he is 0-2 right now. And yeah, I think that Pizzazz, if we had replays, man, we would show the replay of Pizzazz 1v1ing him there because it was super clean. But yeah, this Xayah is a massive issue. And one thing we haven't spoken about yet, never mind, yeah, the replays are still cooked with. we tried it. It's gonna be a wash until next stream, you know. Next B-side stream we'll get straight onto it, but in the meantime,
overextended. Cancels the unstoppable onslaught, but it's not going to lead anywhere. See, this is where if Gwen would have had her ultimate, she could have tagged him with the slow, and that could have converted into a kill there. So unfortunately, just once again, sort of like bad ultimate usage here. Meanwhile, though, Sion's like, guys, let me just stay for one more wave. Bot lane's like, no, we're going to damage you. But it seems like Xayah is just hitting a brick wall, as like she cannot rip through that Sion health bar. And he's got a null magic mantle. He doesn't even have resistances yet. That is very concerning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was prepared for the idea that they may lane swap. Knowing that the bot lane has not actually killed their turret or lost their turret yet, and also sending the bot lane top as opposed to mid, you know, he probably assumed he would only be able to be fighting Salson or Fentonjoya in these early stages of the game. And so for them to actually commit Pizzazz to the top lane to punish him for the build choice is actually quite smart on the side of Gromp.
Speaking of punishing, Malphite getting punished for using his ultimate as a flash for the second time in a row. Oof. Free kill over for Fondu.
Unfortunate there for Salson, who is 2-4 right now and being honestly kind of abused in this game. He is 40% of his team's deaths right now, and that's got to be, what you think, what, 300 gold per kill, died 4 times. Yeah, he's 1.2k of this gold lead for Fromage Fondu just straight off the bat. So yeah, having a really rough showing in this game in comparison to what he did in game 1. But you know, one thing I will say is I think as the game progresses, all he really needs to do is blow up the Twitch. You know, we mentioned it in draft that I think if the Twitch is their primary source of damage, and if he gets shut down in this game, and he is being shut down, he is still 600 gold below Pizzazz right now.
So
they are going to have a hard time.
We are seeing a bit of a unique situation here, right? Malphite normally goes Comet, especially AP Malphite. And he has gone, I can't pronounce this name, I just call it the Galio item. The sort of MR item, which once again is really good into Echo and Galio. But it's not going to do that well into Sion and Twitch, especially a Sion who has a Hull Breaker. Once again, big fight coming over this dragon here. Galio coming in, just these two tanks in mid lane just whacking each other. We do have the fight exploding out. Galio coming down. Echo did try to dive and get somewhere. It's not leading to anything. Swain is taking a bunch of damage, getting absolutely melted. And that is just a 2-4-0 on the side of Fondu. Fondu really bringing it back.
I mean, one thing I want to mention about that fight is there was zero focus from Gromp support group onto Heisenberg. I think, I don't know why, like it was like a disrespect thing maybe or something, but he got to sit on the back completely uncontested and just absolutely eviscerated Waterboy. And when you're thinking, oh, you know, well, this is a dragon fight, in theory, you kind of need your jungler for this fight. So as soon as Waterboy goes down, the rest of the team are like, well, this is no longer winnable, because even if we try to fight, unless we kill everyone before the Drake starts, we're probably losing the Drake, and we see a TP coming out here by Salsin. They are going to try and shut down this Scion. Unstoppable.
800 gold onto this Scion. They're trying to give it over to Xayah.
Yeah, smart play though.
Big cash out.
Very smart play here. I think if you wanted to put 800 gold on anyone on the side of Gromp support group, Pizzazz is the man to put it on. But they are. This is a trade. This is a trade. So.
One thing to note, so Atacon's really powerful in a way that when Atacon dies, pay attention to the levels of Fondu, as it normally gives 2 levels up to your team. Unfortunately, Waterboy not catching any H2O over here as he just gets completely exploded there. Fondu was fully aware of the situation, what was going on there.
Gonna say, I think Waterboy is drowning in this game. 0 and 4 right now, equal in CS, but that is, I think, pretty much the only thing. Meanwhile, we've got a second item power spike on the Echo right now, who's looking to fight Fent Enjoyer. I think after his combo is done here, he should just leave it. Yeah, he does. Yeah, there's no more for him to get if he's not going to be able to. His whole combo there only dealt like 20% of Fent Enjoyer's HP. It's like, this isn't a fight you win, bro. Just come back when you've got an extra 2 items, and then maybe you win that fight. But damn, someone in Twitch chat just called him water bot. That's crazy. Holy shit.
So we're seeing such a stark difference from the first game, right? I mean, admittedly, Gromp support group is doing. They are sort of like. They weren't losing as bad, right? Where the game doesn't seem completely out of it. Xayah, meanwhile, defending against the Scion split push, but you really want Xayah in these team fights. Saying that, the team fight just could be on Scion as they completely.
Oh, they dodged the. Oh,
I've never seen a Malphite do that before. That's actually kind of interesting. Okay, so they stopped the Scion ult. Scion is going to go for a walkies, but let's see.
He's dead.
Just going to land for a kill. Yeah.
Yeah. So. I want to talk about that play real quick because I think that was really well played by 2 people. We'll get to it. We'll get to it, actually. Let's talk about this right now. We see that they're going to crash the Herald here. Rel tried some. The enemy team get away, though. And that I'm not going to lie, that Herald was kind of in. I thought they were going to try and take it to another lane, but he ended up just kind of like wobbling about and then straight into a wall. So it was a disabled Tokyo Drift, but it is what it is. Still good for them though that they're able to punish the fact that Athenum got killed and get a turret for it, but it could have been better, we'll say that much.
You wanted to mention something in the bottom.
Yeah, so I wanted to mention, so there was 2 things there, like never mind, we'll get back to it. We got another fight going on here. Lucas is going to be able to maybe kill Bomba. They actually get to feed it to Heisenberg though, which is honestly much better. And now we got tussling in the bot lane again. All right, cool. I love that for us. All right, cool. Back to chill. So as I was trying to say, back to that original play where they punished Athenum for overextending. So he ults towards them, thinking that he's going to be able to combo Pizzazz and kill him, right? Pizzazz pops his ultimate, which means, oh no, I'm now Scion ulting directly towards the enemy base. But that's not entirely a bad thing because it's long enough that he could probably get out on the other side of their base and be safe. So then we see the Malphite ult to actually prevent him from getting too far away. And so now he has to walk away, but there's no way he can walk back. He has to walk forward, and walking forward is a death sentence. So well played by Gromp support group there to know exactly what to do to make sure they can secure that kill instead of letting him get away. Although it was a lot of resources burnt though.
Scion just ulted to top lane.
Yeah. He's big chilling.
He's like, excuse me guys, I got a doctor's appointment. And he's out.
Literally.
So let's have a look at items here. As we're seeing ADCs working on a sort of a similar budget where they've got 2.5 items. We're seeing both mid laners with 2 items. Swain has not finished his boots. Jungle, we do have an item advantage on Echo. Top lane, we do have sort of, I think, half a component lead on Scion, but once again, it's a Silent to a Malphite. Sion's going to win this all day, every day. As you can see, he's just taking tower shots and not caring. He's like, give me my Heartsteel, give me my Undying proc stacks, and I'm just going to keep scaling. Malphite just completely ignoring. Meanwhile, Rel going in hard with the engage. Galio coming in with the counter engage. Twitch doing loads of damage here. Swain coming in, trying to absorb, trying to beat the secondary tank, getting completely shredded. I'm starting to lose my voice here. Gwen's coming in, trying to get a clean up. Everyone has to run away. It's a 3-for-1 for the side of Fondu.
Sorry, someone needs to clip that, bro. That hit the maddest star I've ever seen on broadcast, bro. I love it though.
It's like yesterday. It's like
yeah, literally. Oh my god. But anyway, Salson comes in trying to get himself some revenge here. Unfortunately, his Q is going to get bounced back, and Athenum's taking an inhibitor turret, nearly taking an inhib there. I don't think he gets away from this though with no ultimate. His ultimate is only about 10 or 5 seconds away from popping here, but he's going to die before he gets it, unfortunately. Bomba's there riding with him, gonna make sure he lands the next stun, we hope, and Pizzazz is hopefully gonna secure this kill. He does get it. Whew. But yeah, let's take stock. So 6k gold right now in the lead for the side of Fromage Fondu. They have opened the gates here, so the top inhib is naked. Which means that the endless pushing from the Scion means super minions soon if they're able to get it. They also secure Soul Point. So this game is very much in Fromage Fondu's hands. They are really ahead right now. And I think the main thing we need to harp on here is who's ahead on the side of Gromp support group. I think it's literally just Pizzazz, right?
It is just Pizzazz, but what we're seeing here is that Swain is able to absorb a lot of pressure. And if Swain, Malphite, and Rel can coordinate a target, or perhaps 2 or 3, to just sort of wombo them down, this gives room for Xayah to unload all of this damage. And then once again, Gwen, 1 in 5, Gwen is not having a good game here. Gwen needs to play a lot more patient. Gwen needs to play almost as like a pseudo... I want to say like a pseudo backliner. Obviously, I know she's a frontliner, but it's just like when you're 1 in 5, you can't be doing this frontline duties. Also, to note, I believe Gwen has died twice to Twitch, which once again, you've got that W. You shouldn't really be dying to a Twitch like that. So hopefully, the comms are being calmed down and things are being reassessed. It is possible for Gromp support group to bring this back, but once again, this is looking heavily favored in Fondu's way. As once again, this split push in Scion is such a menace. He's going to try and start the smoke with Swain. He does so much burst damage on Swain. Swain can't actually sustain through this as he's going to get knocked with a fully charged Q. That Scion only lost 1k health, which is 1/6 of his health bar. Oh my lord.
Just Titanic Hydra and Hullbreaker things, I guess.
Clearly.
Yeah, the enemy team have committed here to making sure they can try and kill him, and I think they are gonna secure it. But look, this is another trade. We see as soon as they commit to killing the Scion, the enemy team are like, all right, let's just send 3 people to the objective, and now they're gonna 3-man down this Baron. It's already at half health, and Gromp support group are making their way, but it's gonna be dead before they even see it on their screen. There we go, it goes straight down, and now Bomba just about arrives at the pit, but I don't think he's actually going to be able to find anything here. And oh, Waterboy is committing hard here. He's going to find 3 members, and he's going to try and make something happen. He's going to get immediately taunted. He's going to pop his own ultimate here. Mel has to hit the reflect. She's going to pop her ult. Boom is going to go on a killing spree, and now Bomba's trying to make the engage here. He's going to pop the ultimate here, and he's going to get Boom caught up, but that is going to be it. I do have to commend, that was a massive commitment by them. They got 1, but they still lost a lot in the exchange, right? They sent 3 people to kill the Scion. They lose the objective for it, and they have lost a lot of objectives like this game. So something to keep in mind going forward.
I've got to agree with Kitsune in the chat here. I think that was pretty int from the Gwen, as once again, Gwen 1 in 5, I said, needs to calm down, immediately just shoots herself into 3 members of the enemy team. And it's just like, if Gwen was just to stay even, she could possibly be easily matching this Scion in the side lane, but Sion's level 17. 3 level lead on Gwen. Like, the person who should be answering Scion, it could easily be Gwen here, right? You want Xayah in these massive team fights, right? And obviously, if an objective's up, then you have to force the team fights, you have to force these engages, and you have the Malphite ultimate to do so. But once again, there's a Baron on the side of Fondu. Now, I believe that Scion did not get the Baron buff, but Gwen is going to need like at least another 15 minutes to scale, otherwise things are just not going to look good.
No, I agree. I think that Gwen may be the only person in the game right now on 2 items, I think, right? Oh, no, sorry. Swain is also on 2 items in a lost chapter. But yeah, they are having a hard time in the game right now, and It's a stark difference from game 1 on the Neferi, for sure. Okay. Athenum may be caught out again. I think he's going to just commit to killing the inhib because it's the only thing he can do. They've committed 4 members here to try and kill him. He's going to have to walk around the Nexus turrets. He's taking it the long way.
Making so much time for them.
Yeah, exactly. His team is going to commit. They're going to get soul here. And honestly, that's so rough for the support group. They just take the bait every time. And it honestly is so rough.
Here's the thing. If Sion went Sundered Sky, like, he would be so much of a menace. Not to like sort of downplay his build or anything, but it's just like you're buying so much time. These items like Sundered Sky or even Undying Despair, which is a bit more common on tanks, they could generate you so much value. You've already got the Titanic auto reset. I wonder if this sign will ever show up for a team fight, because if they do, they could just get so much value. If Sion can just wreak havoc in the back line, you have an instant delivery system for Galio, right? Just to come in, boom. And then, once again, you can't ignore this Sion. This Sion has killed Swain. He's killed Malphite.
Yeah.
Like, if you get this Sion just to show up for a team fight, this is an easy win. Meanwhile, Twitch is just sort of stealthing, ready to pop up on someone. Sion's TP in. Sion wants to start working on the bot side. There is, I believe we don't have Baron up for another 2 or 3 minutes. I think we're just going to have a small choke out until Baron or Dragon Soul. But once again, Chemtech Soul on a Sion. Once again, that was originally the reason why I brought up the Sundered Sky, because once again, it gives you increased healing and shielding. Sion already does fantastic with the W as well, but just to add more synergy with that Dragon Soul.
Yeah, what I was going to say, I don't know if I entirely agree with the idea that they should send Athenum into the team fights, because the thing is that with where all of the gold is on Gromp support group, never mind, let's talk about the fight that's about to happen. Lukos looks like he's caught out. Galio is going to be committed to keep him alive. And now the Galio is going to be able to scare several members away. Meanwhile, Athenum is just trying to take down. Oh my god, that one trigger is insane! Okay, he's had enough of what's happened to him 3 or 4 times this game. He flashes to make sure they can't catch him, and then immediately ults. But oh wait, no bomber! He just shreds them with the. Okay, Fenton Joya comes in, and just immediately they get 2 kills. And this is a terrible fight for Fromage Fondu. Big flash ult by the Rel. And now it's cleanup duty. The only person alive is the Sion. Oh no.
What did I just watch?
You just watched a Giga throw, I think. That was insanely bad for Fromage Fondu. They got caught with their pants down. They were in such a commanding position that I think they didn't register the idea that if they did get caught by some of the hard CC on the side of Gromp support group, that they could die. And I'm not gonna lie to you, these guys have a wave. They might be able to end the game. And like, if they do end the game off of this, that's insane. They're gonna take Nexus turrets. I don't think Athenum has the ability to stop these guys. He's trying his best, but it's actually gonna be game. I don't think they can do anything here. Oh my god. That is the biggest throw I've ever seen in my life on this stream, bro. Holy shit.
So first of all,
damn.
I just want to give myself credit there, as I did say that if I cast it, it will go 2-0. So Bomber, you're welcome for that buff, my man. Don't worry, I've got